J'espère que vous voyez, attendez, je vais voir si tout marche bien. J'ai bloqué. Oui, on voit très bien, c'est bon. Bon. Faut qu'on entende. Ça c'est bien. Non, on voit pas. Il est pas en mode pour spectate. Moi je parie sur Bouga. Je devais arrêter tout à l'heure, mais ouais, pas grave. Après, si tu veux regarder les FNCS, tu peux rester en... Bon, sinon tu peux partir, je m'en fous. Ouais. Bah, si tu veux rester, Louis, n'hésite pas à liker, hein. C'est gratuit. Voilà, c'est bien. Pierre, j'ai une idée. Ça va prendre un petit peu de temps, 2 minutes. Comme ça, vous verrez bien. Soit ça. Soit... J'en ai le meilleur. C'est... Je l'ai passé. Voilà, c'est là. Là, on voit rien. Enfin, on voit pas mon perso. Alors, 2 minutes, hein. Merci pour ton like, Louis. Ah, il y a quelqu'un d'autre qui a liké, mais c'est pas moi. Oh. Le bus est pas terrible, hein. Il va y avoir du lourd. Je pense qu'il va y avoir Oise, hein. Dans les anciennes FNCS, non, peut-être pas Oise, ouais. Mais il a dit un jour dans une de vidéos, je sais plus laquelle, il y a vraiment longtemps, qu'il allait peut-être venir. Oh, le shoot! Mais moi, j'aurais touché. Après, tout le monde fait... sont pas... Bon, ça dépend, en fait. Ça devait pas être des duos de base. Ah non, c'est... Non, non. Mobilier. On voit que c'est des pros. Hein. Ah si, là ils sont en deux. Ah oui. Did you see me pop off last night? I was like, we all did. You were going crazy. And we get to see how they're feeling. And you can tell the confidence is there. Look at the surging confidence to walk in with no build and really try to make this a play here. But that build from Thralls is going to go ahead and discover that there's an opponent down here, and up he goes. Yeah. Oh! And finds
Oh
the
putain.
lead on the other side. What a read! And they just cut him off. That was beautiful.
Oh, il a dû avoir le seum.
That is huge, and you can see Vico and Moran, the only team currently in the top 10, playing in their first finals together. That is natural chemistry. That goes to show these are two fantastic individual players. So you combine those powers, you get one dangerous.
D'habitude, il y a un petit truc où on peut regarder.
They had one of the victory royales yesterday, a couple of top placements, and that put themselves in contention to take the title.
And lucky for Colt and Senten, they've managed to go ahead and find themselves a little bit of room to play the drop there, and that's why we're noticing them in the endgame. And just think about the dynamic that's playing out right here for Larson and Smite. They have a huge decision to make.
On dit ça, je sais le faire. Hein. Des escaliers aussi rapidement, ça je l'ai déjà fait. Pas très dur. Bon, par contre, ça se voit vraiment que c'est des pros. Hein. Le gars, il a eu 2 millions. Pourquoi les paires, ils sont chelous? Non. Mais en vrai game, je tombe sur un des mecs là-bas, je me fais atomiser. Hein. Ah oui. Moi je dis Hagla. Ah, par contre, ils sont vraiment très forts en edit. Hein. Je suis pas capable de faire ça. Hein. Monsieur Savage, il s'appelle. Lui va pouvoir construire 57 fois.
Smell the fear right now, and they're hot on the chase. This is 2 more points. This is a great start. More storm surge, everything for Onwin and Baka to keep it going and try to get that top spot because they know with the second place finish and
il peut construire plus qu'une fois et voilà, il peut plus. Il a encore 47 fois. Alors lui, il a plus de construit du tout. Hein. Et voilà, il est mort.
Credit for the knock on the Baka. I don't know where they're at, but you got to know an aggressive team coming from Brazil. If they see that green light, they're going to go. They have to weigh their options at that point. Like, what just happened?
Ah, il a gagné les premières FNCS, frère. Et frère, ils ont tous la pioche FNCS.
This is what more we were looking towards seeing today. It may have started off a little slow, but Smite and Larson know how dangerous they can be, especially if they have the high ground against Muzz and Looter. But the longer this one takes, it looks like it was a little bit of a north zone. A lot of teams are going to begin to...
Comment il parle vite, toi.
The longer you take, the more chance for third party, and that's going to be Larson and Smite.
Oh, c'est un aimbot là.
They don't disengage far. They just continuously hold that high ground. Smart of them.
Ils vont tomber.
Smite and Larson, some of the most confident players we have actually seen.
Yeah, he's not backing down.
Looter's like, what's up? You guys want to do this? I play better. Box to box. Come see me.
That could have been a key. That could have been a huge key for success for Smite and Larson because winning those off-spawn exchanges gets you the storm so you don't have to worry about later in the game. But the duo from OCE wants to challenge the NAEs. Muzz taking some layers away. Larson just trying to stagger himself. Right there, those angles are going to be so important for both of these teams.
And players know better than to go too high as well. You want to make sure you're respecting the distance, not too much. In fact, you get chopped down, but it's a great angle here. Muzz,
oh, les bâtards.
He's going to win the exchange there, and luckily, the shots in the distance, probably from King and Ed, do not connect here.
Yeah, it's like an Eiffel Tower getting built. You even see the shots already now coming in from all different directions. Everybody wants that surge. They want to have as much flexibility through the mid-game as possible. And once again, it looks like Larson and Smite are trying to disengage. They don't want to get stuck in this mess. They felt and dealt with this lobby at the top spot, and they know that you cannot fall behind. You cannot put everything you have in all one moment. So for them, it's about re-matting up because you look, they barely have anything.
Well, lucky for us, things are going to simmer down, and Taco's going to give us the quick update.
But more importantly, it's going to be about some of these Southside teams that are, again, going to be finding themselves making a huge journey towards those North polling zones. Jonesy and Andy specifically, they're sitting right now in that 4th place position on the leaderboard. So it is absolutely crucial for these guys to gather as much materials, as much loot and resources as possible. And that's exactly what Andy and Joe are making.
Je me demande bien où on peut vraiment spectate. C'est là? Non.
See a little bit of how they're getting that job done, but Smite in the feed looks like he's already gonna take down Muzz, leaving Looter in a 1v2 situation. I'm getting that feeling of deja vu from yesterday where they 1v2'd inside of the cave, but it got really dangerous.
It's a great angle for Smite here.
Il a une moustache ou c'est moi qui rêve?
He was so ready, but here comes the defensive shots from down low. He's got to be careful.
Oh le bat.
Ball is not his, and now he has to break through. This is how a pro player turns things around.
Oh. Oh, il a dansé.
Showing exactly how he's feeling right now, but there goes that first elimination. This is how Muzz went down. He's building in wood. The lack of resources right now. He got did up like a sit-up, sent back to the lobby. Now it's up to Pars. They're in an exchange. He got the knock on to Bailey. The Siphon finally going to come through, and this is a chance for him to slow it down, stabilize here for a moment while he figures out what is next.
Par contre, c'est vraiment pas nul, hein. Oh, j'ai jamais vu ça. Il y en a, ils campent.
If they're going to go ahead, and right now Alex has the opportunity with the med miss and the flopper, they can try to get a reboot that is in storm, but you got to do it sooner rather than later. But it doesn't look like Pars wants to let that one come easy, and you can see the zone on the left. That is going to be another northern zone. So the players that we were talking about, Janice and Badil, Joe and Z, Andy, and a lot of those teams that are on the southern portion of the map have to go ahead and figure out a way to go ahead and travel as fast as possible yet again.
Looks like we're picking up the trend where we left off. This is a full zone pool. But Joe and Zian have already proven to us they know how to play these. One thing we do know for certain is so does Vino and Queasy. When the zone lands on
Pourquoi il reste dans la zone? Trop de balles.
all of those games around into excellent end games. We'll see if it ends up happening. Joe and Andy moving from outside the zone. They don't necessarily want to take the fastest course of action to the
Me dis pas qu'ils veulent rester toute la partie de la zone. Ah non. Oh, il a un pompe-lège. Oh la chance. C'est pas tout, mais c'est un petit peu nul quoi. Parce que moi je peux pas jouer. Bon, ça va être la fin de live. Non, je rigole. Attendez.
They're not necessarily together. That way they can continue to maximize their opportunity to get Surge.
And they're so far apart. Just look at where Vino is compared to where Queasy was on that mountain. They have that north zone on lock. Here's Edgy and Acorn. One of NA East's only hope inside the top 10 right now. Last game yesterday fell slightly short of their expectation. But one thing I did notice about Acorn and Edgy, they were in the player lounge late last night, VOD reviewing, studying how to adjust their gameplay to never drop another round. If they can put all of those rounds and learnings into play, Game 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And that VOD review actually
Bâtard.
From Cammy and Seti.
Oh, hello.
Everybody's hitting that VOD review. They want that free rotation, especially since they are in the storm. But I did see Booga go down.
Ah, c'est Booga? Il y a Booga et son pote.
But for this team, I love this rotate now. Cammy and Seti were in a different position yesterday. They were down on Surge, but for Trulex and Ticho, they are over 300 above. They have absolutely nothing to worry about other than finding that sweet spot in zone.
There's Colin Scented, playing very smart, taking their time. And of course, hiding out where they can. Another team that is seemingly interested in playing as individuals here. Scented trusting in his teammate to watch his back. He works on the loot. Tripern and Thomas HD coming in at second place today, finding themselves 19 above the surge. Big task in front of them, but this is perfect. Talk about a delivery. You find a player, it's Grolls, one that we know was already taken out earlier, so he's going to have a limited amount of things to work with.
Ah, qu'est-ce qu'il fout? Mais qu'est-ce qu'il fout?
Is that the pressure of a day 2 finals? Is that the pressure of being in second place coming in? Were they too early?
Nah, I feel like this is them right now, feeling that comfortability, flexibility.
Ouais. Attends, ah bah t'es là. Bah attends, mais que... Bah c'est... Est-ce que tu restes dans le mode créatif pendant genre 10 minutes? Bah tu restes combien de temps dans le mode créatif?
C'est pas dans le cra là.
Non mais dans le truc de NCS.
Je sais pas. Jusqu'à que ça se termine.
Ah, parce que en gros, moi je vais aller prendre les bouches à 10 minutes, frère, à toutes.
Ok, 20h frère, 21h.
Non mais c'est pas, il est pas, depuis, c'est frère, depuis 15 heures il est pas sorti.
Bon, et
Bah j'ai un jardin, ça va aller.
ah, tu vas te promener dans ton jardin.
Non mais je vais le mettre dans mon jardin, parce qu'il pleut, mais du coup je suis obligé
Oui,
quand même de le sortir.
Bah non, mais c'est bon, c'est pas grave qu'il pleut. Justement, ça lui fait du bien qu'il pleuve.
Ouais, à toutes.
Ah, tout. En fait, pourquoi ils sont tous dans la zone? Oh, mais allez en zone, enfin, sortez de la tempête. Allez en zone. Oh.
And he catches Spy in a fly trap there with a quick finish. And I can hear the Brazilian fans on the other side. They jump up to 4 eliminations. What a way to continue to climb their way up that top 10.
I just preface that type of situation. If you're down on Surge, you almost have to beeline it to the first team, and Cool's even going down backside of zone. Struggles for them, looking like it's going to start early here in game number 7. Miriam's going to go down to Acorn. Yumi is out. The team from NA West that took the Chapter 3 Season 3 championship is out of the lobby in the first game.
You know, yesterday, Mareem and Zagu had so many people start to fall in love with who they are, but they were going to get taken out in this competition a little early on their first surge. Joe and Andy also feeling the pressures of a late rotate coming out the zone. Luckily, there is, of course, the edge right in front of them, so this is going to be a slow mover. They're going to have to burn a second long side now, which will open up an inventory.
Il a plus de Medi parfum.
Look at Joe and Andy here. They will have to do something big in order to bounce back. Sent it off to the side here.
Oh, il prend des risques.
That's the safety play. Don't want to risk it. Not worth it.
You can see right now, since it's pulling so far north, you see Chrome Jam Junction right there. That southern portion of the zone is going to get so stacked, and it's going to get so hard for some of these players to traverse through, as Thomas HD and Triprin still trying to hold on to as much of the high ground as possible. You can see him peeking through, gathering all that information, and that's so important because you don't have to get ready if you stay ready.
This is my problem with them disengaging from Grolls and Rifty. Little did they know that would have been an excellent fight for them to take. They were just coming off of a reboot pickup, and now looking back at it, they could have used that damage. This extra pressure here to perform is going to force them into either peeking, which will open up the risk, or jumping onto a player. And they're going to go for high ground here. They're going to go for position.
Il y a personne là. Ah si.
And a quick check just in case. Tripper and all of a sudden finds himself in a world of trouble here. Just a couple of seconds before this surge turns on.
It's huge right now. You see they're just trying to look everywhere. But that's the thing in these stacked lobbies. When you fall behind on surge, it is so tough to find the shots that you need because everybody's just bopped up. Nobody wants to peek. Nobody wants to fight out more than they can chew, because then that is how you go down. 329 above, Acorn by himself. He has very little to worry about in terms of surge. For him, it's just about making it to zone game after game.
He's so lucky the zone actually pulls south. We saw what Acorn was able to do yesterday as a solo. He picked up so many points, and that post-game interview was perfect.
Il y a un éclair qui est tombé dessus. Il y a des éclairs qui leur tombent dessus. Ils sont dans la merde. Ils sont maudits par la tempête. Oh non, ça doit être trop chiant quand t'es maudit par la tempête. C'est un nouveau truc en arène. On peut se prendre des... Oh non, ça doit être trop chiant en club en plus. Et butez-les parce qu'au moins vous aurez plus le mal de tempête, trou de balle. C'est comme de l'arène. Merde, qu'est-ce que je fais? Une pub. Waouh! Là d'un coup ils ont plus le map de tempête. Enfin ils ont plus le truc de tempête là. Alors on
was just nearby and fighting their way towards it for the heals. It wasn't just for the battle, it was the positioning to the vote. What a big play here. It all makes sense as to why they wanted to position themselves here, but still, they will need to find tags now better than ever. They have shield bubbles as well to protect themselves for the next box fight.
Yeah, and for that can easily close the gap on a couple teams if they want to go box to box, wall to wall, and have that be their plan. You can see them breaking through the bills. They're just trying to find anybody that is nearby because they don't want to peek and accidentally get shot at by the lobby. So for them, it's about finding whoever is close, and they hear the players nearby, so they're just trying their best to figure out what they are going to do.
Just a couple tags now, but also a few seconds away from the half in, half out.
En tout, il y a 6 games.
Continue to wreck the lobby. It's going to become more and more difficult now as the seconds rage on. This is game 7 of the FNCS Invitational, and the action is really starting to pick up now.
Yeah, Pam's doing Batch left by himself. A consistent duo on the day, but he has 17 below the
Bon, au terme de cette game, et j'arrêterai de regarder les FNCS. Hein. Pas regarder les 6 games, ça dure 5 heures, frère. Non, en vrai, ça dure 2 heures les 6 games.
Take a look at the points. It is looking very much like a three-way race, continuing the trend here as EU leads the charge right now.
Et si c'est pas 2 heures, c'est pas 1 heure. Si c'est pas 2 heures ou 1 heure et 59 minutes, bah c'est 3 heures. Ouais, c'est long. Imaginez pour eux, ça doit passer méga lentement. Frère, on dirait il a un Wallach, il a vu tout le monde. Ouais, je regarde tout ce qui est là-bas. Je rêve où il ose porter un skin glitché à un tournoi.
Launchpads to work with. This is a story written for them right now. And again, you saw how many points they had leading coming into this. This can only end well for them at this point. But let's go ahead and look at Aqua, Reason, a much different story. This is a team that will play for height, and you can see they're already positioned themselves to do it. But Aqua with the drop shot and now punished for the risk. Was it worth it? Reason has to leave him behind. He turns it around. Another team says, whoa, what are you doing? That's a solo now. And the burning of the mats here to try to survive. That's unfortunate.
Yep, he was right there trying to chop down, and that was tantalizing him to go for that shot right then and there, and he went for it. That was a huge opportunity. Unfortunately enough, it didn't pay off, but for Acorn and Edgy, they're making it this far. And actually seeing these guys get knocked a few times throughout this game. That was the way Edgy finally went down, but for Acorn, he was one of the biggest damage dealers in the lobby throughout 6 games yesterday. Looking to keep that up for Cammy and Seti. They started the day in 3rd. They moved up to 2nd already, so their game plan is continuing to pay off.
And Z finds Vico in the feed there too, so things are really starting to get interesting now as we're seeing changes happen. Joe is still in this game as well. Take a look. Acorn as a solo
right now. Bah il est mort. Ah non. J'ai vu à lui. Hein. J'ai eu peur pour lui. Hein. Pour l'instant, j'ai pas vu Bouga. Hein. Apparemment, il y est.
Feeling of deja vu sinks in yet again. 6 moving zone. That's the same time they took it yesterday as Thomas and Tripperin
C'est un bâtard son mate.
Above the damage threshold this time, so they don't have to go hunting. They can stay ahead of zone, try to get themselves in a good spot.
And what a just beautiful way and usage of the shield bubbles to make them rotate on the dead side while using the shield bubbles.
Il a pas de chance. Hey, il utilise ma technique, le bâtard.
Yeah, and this end game is just getting so rough, up and down these mountains. These players are going to have to figure out what they're going to do, especially Tripper, who is out of builds. Him and Thomas have to figure out something, but they have been through the ringer this game. If anybody deserves it, it's them.
This is crazy. Tripper and Thomas should not be alive right now, but they are staying up. Thomas,
he does it again!
True Lex with a huge refresh, and he is back in the game. It will come at the expense of Tripper falling though. But hey, they have earned points, and now we have another top 3 player inside the game here, keeping up with the pace. Sent it, Cold, still alive, 3 Elans as well. Looking to take a fight there, but no, they want to make this rotate. They need to get to the zone.
I like what we know. Thanks,
Everything he can to stay alive, just like Larson here, who's by himself. 5 eliminations as a team, most of them coming off the back of Larson and that early game start. But first place, Queasy and Vino holding on high.
Les amis, Arsenal. No, put the time. What's it about the goal? You to try and try for.
They still have so much to work with. 2 of our top 5 teams already out. So for Vino and Queasy, they are starting to take away. Tripper holding on with dear life here at 200 points, making sure the gap does not go too far.
C'est le premier tryharder que je vois utiliser de Lara Croft. Hein. Il n'y a aucun tryharder qui l'utilise depuis de base, mais pas grave. Oui, il se fait crack lui. C'est encore 8 hein. Regardez la zone. Ah, la zone va se refermer dans 3, 2, 1. Elle n'est pas refermée. Oh, ça me rappelle quand Bouga, je parle beaucoup de Bouga. Hein. Ça me rappelle quand Bouga, bah parce qu'en fait déjà je suis dans sa team, mais ça me rappelle quand Bouga il avait fait top 1, frère, il n'y avait plus de zone. Oh, non, il y avait... Oh non, il y avait le vortex. Il y avait le petit vortex. Voilà, lui il peut plus construire. Ouh. Et voilà, ils ont gagné la game. Ils ont juste gagné la game, mais ils ont pas gagné la cup. Ça leur donne juste des points. Ouais, je me disais bien, il avait une moustache.
So easy for them. Let's get caught up here. I'm joined now by your game 7 winners. It's Queasy and Vino! What an incredible way. We talked about this only a short time ago about coming in at like a strong start here, Vino, and you have done exactly that with an incredible endgame finish.
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable. Hopefully we can still close it out. We're feeling good. Maybe we should get a bit more kill. A 4-kill win, but we're feeling good.
We saw some of the teams around you managing to score a lot of points as well. Were you conscious of that going through? Were you focused simply on the task at hand, which was seeing that out and getting the victory royale?
We're just focused on playing our own game and winning the game. That's it. Like, brand new day, brand new everything.
There was a great start to proceedings and a great start to this competition on day number 2. Let's get back to Zeke and the desk.
Qu'est-ce que je fous là-bas, lui? Oh, je sais pas.
Shout out to to you, Adam. Thank you so much. And massive shout outs to Queasy and Vino. We interviewed them at the end of yesterday, and they said, we want to take a moment. We need to go back. We need to review a couple things and come back stronger tomorrow. What a better way than just go ahead and win.
Pourquoi il a dit demain? Ça se commence demain, ça recommence demain. Pourquoi il dit que ça commence demain?
They're not going to lose. They're unstoppable, Zeke. We saw
il a dit tomorrow.
And I don't know what's
Tomorrow.
going on. Another
Tomorrow.
for this duo.
Tomorrow.
With the potential they have, how confident they are, how well
Non, j'étais sûr que tu allais gagner.
Going into the late game. I think it was Queasy almost had 12 splashes, almost max materials, and they knew exactly how to capitalize on an advantage like that, and they did it perfectly.
You know how they knew how to capitalize? Game number 5, the zone was almost in the exact same place yesterday.
Là, en fait, le but c'est de faire le plus de kills possible et de faire top 1. Comme ça, t'as plus de points. Et t'es bien. J'ai entendu Squeezie. Boga, il participe pas, c'est pas possible. Je vais arrêter le live. Si Boga ne participe pas, je suis rien.
I'm telling you, it's just one of the things, right? They kind of take that step back and they say, wait, remember, this is an invitational. We got to be on point. We can't make those small mistakes. And of course, they come out strong. Thomas HD and Trippin as well. We watched the top 3. They have not budged. Look, I got scared for a moment watching Thomas HD and Trippin. They went up against Baka and on one. You can actually see it happening here, and that was a close one. One of them, I believe it was Thomas. No, it was Trippin who got knocked down here, leaving Thomas alone, but he did a huge amount of damage before getting knocked and was actually able to escape and get picked up again, which allowed them to get those points that they needed.
Yeah, it was absolutely valiant from Trippin there as well. If he'd have just gone down without taking out one of the opponents there, he wouldn't have been able to get res, right? That was a crucial amount of damage that he did right there that allowed Thomas HD to have that freedom to get the revive. I didn't think they were going to make it through this endgame. Their surge were looking pretty bad, particularly for their zone position here. Of course, they're landing at the Rave Cave. They have all of the map mobility in the world to get there. It did
ouais, je suis à bugger. Moi, je vais pouvoir faire un truc qui s'appelle ça. Retourner là. Ici, là. Et atteindre là. Ah, voilà, c'est bon. Je vais faire le parcours, comme ça j'ai gagné des XP. Là, on peut voir.
Well, first of all, it's going to be all about tilted towers and the blimp that we can find there. Look what this position is doing around it. There is not a single arrow under this blimp, and what it does is it's going to force this funnel on the right side and the left side of it. So as they're making this rotation all the way up to the northern side of this map, they're all just rotating together, right? It's looking like the Mr. Beast X Fortnite line.
Mr. Beast, j'ai entendu. Hein.
Absolutely incredible. And then when the zone
apparemment, il a comment il a sponsorisé Fortnite. Mais ouais, mais il a beaucoup moins d'argent que. Ah, 18 000 XP. Ouh. Pire, je vais faire les petites quêtes. Hein. Comment on voit les quêtes? Ah, je crois que j'ai déjà tout terminé. Bon, allez, moi je vais faire une épreuve de shoot. Là, tout, on va pouvoir entendre en même temps. Donc c'est pas grave. Allez, je me mets dans le cul. Ouh, les petites cibles. Pam. Sorry, ok. Bon, je vais m'entraîner. Non, bah non, je peux pas. Voilà. I like what Ouais, ça marche clairement pas. C'est peut-être ici. Ouais, non. Fortnite, votre jeu, il faut le... Bon, ça c'est stylé, hein. Mais il faut le remettre. Oh, j'aimerais trop ouvrir cette pioche. C'est ma pioche préférée. Enfin, une des pioches. Ouais, il y a eu de l'évolution. Hein. Là, il y a rien écrit du tout. Mais quand même très stylé. Hein. Là, il y a écrit FNCS. Je fasse quoi? Ok. Faut danser. Oh bah. C'est aussi simple que ça. C'est sûr, il y a un passage secret. Il y a forcément un passage secret quelque part. Non. S'il n'y a pas de passage, je pète mon crâne. Non, me dis pas qu'il n'y a pas de passage. C'est impossible. Eh, vas-y. Il n'y en a pas. J'espère qu'il y a un passage secret dans la map. Ça te rapporte 20 millions d'XP. Oh, attends. 20 millions d'XP. J'abuse. Je serai à niveau 1000. Oh, I like going low. I'm damn slow. I'm daydreaming. I'm daydreaming. Je m'en même pas pensé à ça. Oh, si. En mode, tu montes là. Tu montes là. Non, rien. Regardez. Faut que j'arrive à monter quelque part en mode là. Non, bah non, du coup, ça servira à rien. Ouais, non, il y a un gros bâtiment qui gêne. Bah, ils ont forcément mis des murs invisibles dans tous les recoins. Ils ont dû fouiller pour voir vraiment. Est-ce qu'il en a un ou pas? Bon, oui, de quoi je parle.